What's going on, guys? Great Disciple back with another gameplay. And yes, I got to finally play the DLC maps, and I wanted to give you guys my opinion on it. Alright, so in the background, I got a game on Gauntlet. And I gotta tell you, after playing all the maps, Gauntlet was by far my favorite. I think the map looks the best. It's beautiful. Man, I mean, the jungle and the snow and then the raining in the city, I think it's awesome. And the flow of that map was great. It seems like a really big map, but it's 3 lanes and it just moves really well. I really like Gauntlet a lot. I'll get into the other maps here in a second, but first I wanted to say thanks to somebody. I've spoken about him before on my channel. His name's Teabag Gibbon, and I'll link him down below. I was having a real big issue with recording audio on PlayStation. I don't know if you guys know this. It seems to me like the Elgato was made for the Xbox, because whenever you play on the PlayStation, you have to disconnect your headset unless you have one of these amplifier, I think is what they are. I don't know, but So here's the issue. So I played all these games the first day that the DLC came out, and I got some really good ones. But I wasn't running my Elgato at the same time. I just figured I'd go back into theater and I'd rip them off of theater. So after I got about 7 to 8 gameplays, and they were some good ones, I just want you guys to know that. I go into theater to pull them out, and I go to select a game, and when I select it, it says, "I'm sorry, you do not own the DLC, so you cannot view this." So although it was a free DLC weekend, they still restricted you on certain aspects of the DLC. So all those gameplays that I got, some free-for-alls on Splash, some 70 kill games on Skyjacked and on Rise, I lost them all. So what that meant was I had to record live. And when you record live on the PS, at least with my setup, I can't use a headset. So all my gameplays that I got, I'm not running awareness, alright? I can't hear anything. I'm playing purely off of my reaction, which really puts me at a disadvantage because I don't know the maps, I don't know the flow, I don't know the spawns. But it didn't stop me. I nuked Splash on my second go. I got a nuclear on Skyjacked. I joined in late and we were losing. I got this 70 plus kill game on Gauntlet. I got a couple of amazing gameplays on Rise as well, and I'll bring them all to you, okay? But again, big thanks to Gibbon, because he was the one that told me that in order to get the audio, since I couldn't go into theater, I was gonna have to disconnect and run my audio through my TV or my monitor. So, alright, so this game in the background, this was, I think, 2 games after I unlocked the hater on PlayStation, and I knew once I got that hater, I was going to be able to dominate on a lot of these maps, and it was really helpful. One thing I noticed is the dominant spawns are on the jungle side. Whether you're pushing them out of A or you're pushing them out of C, it's always on the jungle side, which was really helpful because I figured that out very quickly, and I knew once I got that down, I could get a really high score game. Alright, so again, my favorite map easily is Gauntlet. I thought it was great. Before somebody asks, my setup is a little bit different. I'm running Ghost, Fast Hand Scavenger, Dead Silence. On my Razorback, I'm running the Elo Sight, Stock Fast Mags, and I believe Quick Draw. So, oh no, not Quick Draw, I'm just running a Simtex Grenade. So I got rid of Awareness and put on Fast Hands. It did help a lot because I was playing mostly off of reaction. Alright, so the other maps. Let's see here. Splash. Splash is an awful map. And I know people have spoken about it before, but they made a huge mistake by not putting the B flag where all the slides are in the middle of the map, which doesn't make any sense. They put it off on that hut side. It almost was like a layout like you would get in a Ghost. In Ghost, you remember how Ghost was at a triangle pattern with the flags, whereas Treyarch usually puts them in a straight line? They made a huge mistake because basically they made half the map worthless. And when you tried to flank, I mean, it was like trying to flank on Turbine. You remember Turbine from Black Ops 2? I mean, those flanks took forever to come around the enemy. So I think they made a huge mistake. That map could be amazing if they would just move the B flag location. It would be chaos in the middle of the map. Skyjack's okay. You can still spawn trap. I don't know what everybody was complaining about. The spawns are so powerful at the ends of the boat or the ship, whatever you want to call it now. It really is not that difficult of a map to maneuver. It wasn't as chaotic as I thought it was going to be, with people jumping on the walls on the outside of the ship and coming up from underneath. I didn't really experience that, and getting my nuke wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be, although I really liked Hijacked a lot more in Black Ops 2. It was one of my favorite maps back then. What was the other one? So I talked about Skyjack, Gauntlet, spoke about Splash, Rise. You guys, Rise, I don't really like it. Even though I got a bunch of 60 and 70 kill games on Rise, I always felt like when I died, I was getting shot from somewhere that I didn't expect. I mean, there were way too many lines of sight. You know how in the middle of Fringe, you know, when you're going to take B, you can get shot from about 7, 8 different directions? I felt like Rise was nothing more than Fringe in the middle. Because, I mean, there were so many boxes, there were elevated positions and corners and side rooms and windows. I mean, it was so ridiculous. And there were times when I was playing on that map, I couldn't find where the person was that was shooting at me. I don't know if you guys had this same issue or not, but for me, I had a real difficult time. Even though I got really high score games on that map, I didn't really like it. I just felt like there were way too many vantage points. Okay, so I'm curious as to what you guys think, because I noticed that a lot of you YouTubers who have the map packs, I never see these maps. Overall, I'm kind of happy I didn't buy the DLC. I don't know if they even offered the zombies. I didn't even go in there and try Der Eisendrak if it was in there. That could be my bad. But so I did get a nuclear on Splash. Like I said, I got a couple of amazing free-for-alls on Gauntlet, and I lost them. But I did get a pretty decent free-for-all on Splash as well. Free-for-all was a little difficult since I couldn't run awareness. And when there's not a UAV and there's not a HUD, because I play in hardcore, it's really hard to find people whenever you can't hear them coming. Let's see, what else? Was there anything else? I think that about sums it up. For me, it really all comes down to the hater. Once I had the hater, everything really flowed a lot better. And I've been seeing a couple videos out there. Everybody talking about the easiest way to get a nuke. You guys, it's not rocket science, okay? You put on awareness and you get a hater. And you camp for your first hater, and once you have that first hater go up, you get aggressive. I would suggest combat focus, like I always tell you. I've heard people talking a lot more about Hive. Vision Pulse can help a lot too. Kinetic armor is pretty nice, but once you pop your hater, if you use combat focus, you'll get to a UAV in like 2 kills. And then, I mean, with all the assists coming in and all that kind of stuff, it's just easy mode. So all you guys still going for nuclears, all you got to do is run the hater. And it helps a lot if you have one other strong player on your team that can run the hater as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I did play a lot of hardcore kill confirmed. I'm going to show you guys some gameplays on that because I've had some requests. I think you'll like them. I got my first kill chain on that. And then also, little trick, if you guys need to get a chain killer or ultra kill, slap on kinetic armor and rush the spawn on Nuketown. Enjoy. All right, you guys, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy this. Leave a comment down below, and more DLC gameplays on their way. Have a good one.